The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of 5-Minute Warning. Of course, it's your man Ruben up in the house. And hey, on the ones and twos, we got AG. What's going on, brother?
What's happening, y'all? How you doing? Good to be back.
Mo B is returning from an undisclosed location, but he will be with us shortly. But hey, man, how was your weekend, bro? Oh, your week? It's been a couple weeks, actually.
Yes, it has.
Two weeks, man.
Haven't been feeling it well. Trying to handle my high blood pressure.
Oh, that's not good.
It is not. It is not. But eating healthier, losing some weight, getting under control, trying to stay away from the meds. I'll take them if I have to, but trying to do it naturally for now. So weekend is not bad. Well, got next couple of days off, but last weekend wasn't bad. Always hanging out with a little lady. Everything was cool.
Good. Yeah, man. We didn't have a show last week. You know, I was kind of, I don't know, a little glitchy.
Glitchy? What does that mean?
Yeah, I was expecting a show, and I wasn't exactly like fiending, like, you know, old boy on Jungle Fever, but you know, I was kind of just like, man, we ain't got no show this week. But I was driving, so it kind of, at least I had something to do. So it was all good. You know, last week, man, went to Atlanta. Me and the little bro went to Atlanta to see Washington win, and then had to sit home at TV and I don't know what the hell this shit was, but I guess they called it a football game. I mean, 14-7 to the lowly ass Giants. They got our number. We've lost like 8 straight to those dudes, man. It doesn't matter who's playing. We just suck when we play the G-men. I mean, I ain't got no like rhyme or reason or what the hell or nothing. We just can't beat the sorriest team in the game. So,
are they the sorriest though? I don't think they're the sorriest.
They have a backup quarterback.
Denver is the sorriest.
They have a backup quarterback, no offensive line, half a running back. I mean, you know, it's not even, as Stephen Smith says, it's not even Saquon Barkley in a bag of chips. It's half a Saquon in a damn bag of Funyuns. And we lost to them hoes, man. And it's just like,
Mocha Cowboy's not wrong. I forgot about Carolina. Carolina is actually the sorriest.
They are the sorriest. But damn, man, we shouldn't be losing it. Tyrod Taylor threw for almost 300 yards on us, man.
Ouch.
I know. What the fuck? Like, yeah, I said fuck because that's how I feel right now. Like, get the fuck out of here. Everybody wants to be like Sam. Now, how about our defense like stop a cold, man? Our defense can't stop shit. And we're supposed to have like one of the greatest defensive lines in the game, and they can't stop shit. So,
well, I mean, you know, there's always next week. How about that?
I mean, yeah, man, but fuck, man, that was a gimme win, bro. And if we missed the playoffs by one game, it's because of some shit like that. Like last year, we lost some hoes twice.
Now the Giants are hoes.
Yeah, man, fuck them.
So y'all got beat by some hoes.
We got beat by some hoes. I mean, I don't know what else to say, man. We got beat by some hoes. Literally,
it'll be okay, man.
We got beat by half a team, man.
I still say y'all low key good. It's okay, man.
We are, but damn it, man. We 3-4 now. We can barely stay 500.
I realize that, sir. But there's always who y'all got next week?
Man, hell if I know, man. I don't even care.
Wow.
I don't give two fucks who get next week, man.
Come on, you can't have that attitude, man.
No, I'm just pissed off, man. I'm sick of, bro. I know like 3 Giants fans, man, in life. 3. Marcus J is one of them.
Oh yeah, he's from the area. I forgot. Ooh, is he?
3. He know how sorry his shit is. Oh, we got Philly next week. Awesome.
Yeah, Mama just said y'all pay Philly, so she said y'all gonna lose.
Maybe we'll shock the fucking world, man. God damn it. Excuse my language.
Man, come on, man. What's up, man?
No, man, I'm sick of it. Bro, I'm sick of we losing the shit. That's shit on a cracker, bro. The Giants are shit on a cracker.
Why you gotta involve food, man?
What does that make us? That make us double shit on a cracker. That's all I'm saying, man. I will move on officially now.
I don't think you can. Are you sure you're sure
yeah,
you're done?
I'm good, man. I got my double shit on a cracker reference out, so.
Oh, so that's the part where you stop?
I mean, that's where it is, man. Anything more, I'm probably going to jail. So I'm not going to do that no more. I'm done.
There are 10 more weeks to get it turned around, sir.
I don't give a damn.
Wow. Okay.
And it's 11 because we got a bye week.
Well, I don't count the bye week.
Oh, well,
because you're not playing. It's just like this is the week for me that Dallas is guaranteed not to lose.
Yeah, fuck them too, man. I can't wait to Thanksgiving for them hoes, man. We're gonna go to Dallas and whoop them hoes on Thanksgiving. But that's a long way from now. We got a whole bunch of other shit to happen before then. So other than that, week's been going okay, man. I mean, you know, it's getting cold out in this bitch.
Oh yeah, it feels good.
You crazy in your head, bro.
What?
Like,
I have been waiting all summer for this. Summer's over, sir. My time.
Man. Look, man.
Hey, look, find somewhere to sit down. It's wintertime, sir.
Oh,
it's fall, baby.
F that.
Yeah, just like my wife said, it's fall, y'all.
Yeah,
pumpkin spice, baby.
Fall. Oh, fucking nasty.
What?
Pumpkin spice is nasty.
I gotta tell you a story. There was a new drink introduced, and it's the pumpkin spice chai latte something or other.
Too many damn words already.
And it's an iced drink. I think that's the only way you can get it. Well, Lauren heard about it, and we were out one day, and I said, you know, I think we're going to go there anyway, but she said she wanted to try this drink. She wasn't really sure because, you know, she's kind of a creature of habit. So for her to come out of her comfort zone to try this drink was a big deal to start with. I was hoping in my mind, I said, I hope this drink is really good. Just so she wouldn't have bad taste in her mouth, literally and figuratively. So we ordered a drink, and she drinks it. And I promise you, I thought that her eyes rolled back in her head. And I'm like, this is the pumpkin spice queen.
God, what? The Exorcist took over her body, some shit?
Bro, she look, I knew it was bad because she took the cap off the lid and licked the lid. I was like, Lord Jesus, are you, man? I'm telling legit, and didn't care. This is a woman that has some very Southern sensibilities, and she does not like to look like she in the streets. Let's leave it like that. And for her to be in public, and I count as public because some things she don't like to do around me either. She took the lid off and licked it dry, sir. I was like, for real. She was like, you can judge me because I don't care. I was through dealing. I couldn't even believe it. Now, the second Lauren story I got. Now, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. I'm gonna make this fast because I don't want it to be like a 3-hour show.
What's going on, Black One Chich Adams?
What's up? So we're walking. I walk with her on my days off, and so we're walking. And I said she asked me something, and I said yepers. Well, as like yes, agreeing.
I've heard the word.
Right. So I remember the first time I heard the word, and we were together. We were leaving Walmart over here in Newport News, and the greeter was saying goodbye to us, and he was like, I said, have a good day. He said, yepers. And I never forgot it. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So I've been saying it here and there since then. That was like 10 years ago. So I'm thinking it's something we discovered together. It is not. She said, "Oh no, I've been saying that for years."
Oh God.
And I was like, I thought that was the first time. I said, "No, that ain't the first time I heard that." This is what she said, and I quote, "I'm gonna have to teach you about that cracker slang one day." I was weak.
What?
Cracker slang. She
Oh
said,
yeah.
I'm gonna teach you that cracker slang one day. Man, look, my wife is funny. She is low key funny. She don't think she's funny, but some of that stuff she say is like, oh my goodness, dude. I was weak. I looked at her, man. I was like, "What did you just say?" They said, "Hey, you heard me, cracker slang." Say it on the show next week. I sure will.
You know we got a term for that.
What is that?
That's that WPS, baby. I mean,
I like
straight
cracker
up.
slang better. Cracker slang is good, man. That's funny.
Man.
You know, cracker slang funny.
Yeah,
Let's
but,
get some shirts made up. 5-minute warning. Cracker slang.
definitely not. Look, man. As Mo B would say, we code switching is an eloquent art, man. And
It is.
you know what? Yeah, hell no. I'm not about to put it out there.
I'm
I
just
said
saying it was
I say some
cracker
cracker
slang, man.
Bruh, no. That's just like saying porch monkeys is cool, man. We can't say that shit.
Oh my god!
We can't say that shit.
We kind of can.
I'm not going to.
What, cracker slang?
Nah, either one.
Man, you trip. Okay, I tell you what.
No, you tripping.
I'm
No.
not tripping. When my wife said that, I was weak.
See, your wife can say that. Just like they can't say the N-word.
It's not to the same level, sir. It is not even close. Does not.
I didn't say it was to the same level.
Some dark place.
I'm not saying it's to the same level. I'm just saying, let them have something.
Oh my god.
Let them have that.
I just want to tell my funny wife story because my wife is low-key funny.
But I will say this, man. I do have a question.
What's
Going
that?
back to the pumpkin shit.
It's
Like,
you know what?
First of all,
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you because as a person who does straddle the line quite a bit, just because of the way life is handed.
Yes.
Yo, man, let's be real. That pumpkin shit. That's some WPS, ain't it?
By and large, absolutely.
Okay, I'm just making sure, man.
No, it's
'Cause, like,
legit. I mean, when I see memes and they making fun of white women with the pumpkin spice, that's legit. However, I will say this.
okay.
Now, I was in line because I went to Starbucks to buy my wife one just the other day.
You did
early in
not
the
see a
week.
black person in line for that shit.
I did.
Did you knock it out the hand?
Because I did not slap it out of her hand because she was in her car through the drive-through. Now, let me tell my story. So,
God damn.
because I was rudely interrupted. Now I'm in line in the store, right? And I can look straight through the store and see the drive-through. And this lady ordered a pumpkin spice latte and it was heated. And I have never seen anybody so happy.
Whoa, stop.
What?
They heated the latte?
Right. You can get it cold or hot.
Oh my God. I don't know shit about coffee. So
Well, I'm telling you. So anyway, it was a black woman and she was as happy as a pig in slop. I promise you she was. And I was like, black people low-key Starbucks for real. If you think Starbucks, the line for Starbucks is full of white women, you are tripping.
oh no. Black people low-key Starbucks, but they don't need the low-key damn pumpkin spice shit.
No,
Like-
man, I'm telling you, man. Look, if you think Magic Johnson bought into Starbucks and put one in South Central because black people ain't trying to get the pumpkin spice, you are tripping. I think black people low-key Starbucks for real. And they let the white women catch them strays. I think that's what's going on.
So I do believe that black people like Starbucks. Now the pumpkin spice latte bullshit, I mean, there's always one.
Nah,
I mean,
bro.
but
Cause see
nasty.
what happens. This is what happens with pumpkin spice latte. See, I ain't think we was gonna go there, but I'm gonna go there with you.
Please go there because it's nasty.
It's not nasty, but see, because that's my point. Because the world makes you think that this is one of those things that belongs to a certain group. And then you have all this stuff in your head, and it's like pumpkin spice, whatever. Half the people that say what you say never had one. Now, I'm not a big coffee drinker, but I will taste it, and I know what's good and what's not. Lauren let me have a sip of hers, and I was like, you know what? It's not my thing, but I totally get it. I promise you, don't mess around and drink one because you might get hemmed up out there and catch the vapors. I'm just letting you know. With your black self.
Hell no.
Okay. Just look. Don't pretend like I didn't try to warn you.
Well, I don't drink coffee, so I know I'm never going to drink.
Well, I realize that. All I'm saying is, don't think that this is not a human thing, because if you drink one, you might have a problem. You might, man. Look, hey, I tell you what. If you drink a pumpkin spice latte, like about the first week of October, the next time you go into a store, you might ask for the manager. I'm just letting you know, be careful. I'm just letting you know.
First of all,
hey,
that shit ain't never happening over here because I don't even like pumpkin. Pumpkin's nasty.
Bro.
Like, so here's the thing. Let's just put it out there, you know. You like pumpkin?
Nobody likes pumpkin until you do it right.
All right. So yeah, like I don't like pumpkin. Hell, I don't like sweet potatoes. You can say what you can about my black.
But you ain't eat. I bet you ate my mama's sweet potato pie, didn't you?
I did not.
How in the world you don't like sweet potato pie?
Because, man, I ain't got that gene in me, bro. I don't like sweet potato. I don't fuck with it. I don't mess with sweet potato.
See, now
I don't mess with yams.
That's some
black people.
That's some black people stuff now. So I can say you ain't got all the black chromosomes.
Apparently, because I don't like that shit.
Man,
that shit nasty. You know what else I don't eat?
What?
Chitlins, hog maw, pig's feet. Fuck all that. First of all, it smells nasty.
Wait a minute.
I can't eat something that don't smell good. That's why I don't eat no random smelly stuff. That's why I said it.
Okay. I agree with that because I don't eat none of that stuff either. However, do you suck a neck bone?
No, I don't.
What?
Dude, I barely used to eat fatback.
How you ain't gonna eat fatback, man?
Nah.
Especially if you fry it up and act like bacon. Come on, man.
Texture, baby. I'm not a texture. I'm a texture guy. And sometimes that shit just don't. Nah, bro.
Look, no. See, we. Okay, this is a whole nother podcast, and apparently you not trying to. Okay, I can't with you right now. Number one, you offended me because you ain't eat my mama's sweet potato pie, and you talking about.
I mean, I don't eat canned sweet potato cake.
Look.
To a face.
I can't with you. I can't. Look, just keep it moving. Keep it moving.
I'm just saying. Why would I eat something I don't like? That don't make sense.
Because, man, just because I don't like pumpkin, straight up pumpkin, don't mean I ain't gonna have pumpkin spice latte.
But if I don't like sweet potatoes, why would I eat sweet potato pie?
Because sometimes it's the way you present it that makes all the difference.
Nah, still sweet potatoes.
All right, whatever. It's your show, player. It's your show.
I mean,
you can have opinions.
A PSL.
Pumpkin spice latte, man.
Oh, hell no. Mocha Cowboy, come on, bro. There ain't nothing in my 4 years ever make you think that I'm gonna drink a pumpkin spice latte ever.
Man, look, you in the closet. I ain't worried about you.
Closet what?
You in the closet.
Never that.
It's always that. Because you know you hate everything. Exactly. Go on, Vogue it. Vogue
exactly.
PSL.
I hate everything.
You know you want one.
No,
you want one.
Hell no. Shit's nasty.
You're gonna be out tomorrow and see a star. You're like, man, let me try one of these.
Hell no. I ain't wasting
You're gonna get turned out.
It's like $7, man.
You're gonna have braids and a boyfriend.
$7? Bitch, please. Stop it. Pumpkin spice ass. Shit's nasty. Shit is nasty.
Gonna get turned out, Ruben.
You ain't gotta worry about that. That's
man. Let me get you a blonde wig.
Ew.
You're gonna turn into a little white girl.
That's man, whatever.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is going on too long. As much fun as it is. Okay,
it's still nasty. Shit's still nasty.
Okay, it's nasty.
All right, so we have a very interesting question of the day. All right, ooh, it's kind of deep actually.
It really
is. I'm excited. So the question of the day, And of course, if you like to answer, you can always put your stuff in the chat. So we good there. Question of the day. Why is it so difficult for men and women to explain to each other what is it that they want in their partner? I repeat, why is it so difficult for men and women to explain to each other what is it that they want in their partner? Deep AG. What are you thinking, sir? What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, there's so many things, but to boil it down to a handful, the biggest one really is each gender has different expectations to get the same result.
Mm-hmm.
And if one doesn't want to understand the other, then it's going to be a perpetual problem.
Mm-hmm.
Because like something I've gone through all my life with women is women always say that men don't talk. The irony in that is what I found over decades is women are the worst communicators, naturally the worst communicators on the planet. But they always talking about we don't say anything. Now there's two things with that. Number one, well, the biggest thing, I ain't gonna say two things. The biggest thing is if you want us to talk, you have to understand what makes us talk. And I guess I should mention this. The second thing is when we do talk, you have to have a skill set that can assimilate that information in a healthy way. So if you can do those things, then we will talk more.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't do those things and you don't think you have to change, then none of those things will ever happen. And therein lies another tenet that I have seen, which is the society spends a lot of time telling men how to act. Society does not spend a lot of time within a relationship, I'll say that, but it doesn't spend a lot of time telling women what the rules are and what's non-negotiable. They don't spend a lot of time in that space. Like for men, especially the last 30, 35 years, we have learned as a hard rule. Women don't want us to solve their problems. They want us to hear and listen. And I think that over time, there are more men that are accustomed to hearing that, and there are more men that can do it. It's hard to do because we're hardwired to fix things. I don't think society has made a woman do something for a man ever. Now, when I say that, I mean, I don't know that the woman is responsible for anything. Hard and fast. Like if you don't do this, you're going to take an L. Women don't really have that space. They don't live in that space. They spend a lot of time curating what they want to hear and what they want to say. So if you're always coming from a place of me, then how in the world can you possibly understand what a man wants? You can't. You have to be completely open to how we think and be able to have the skill set and the want to really to put together a plan to help us share our feelings with you. Because otherwise, what men are thinking is, you ain't worth it. Let me just say you're right and escape with the little bit of peace that I have. Women hear these things over and over again from men, and I have yet to see a woman have to do anything about it. Yet they want us to open up. Open up to what? You judging me because I cried, or I have some feelings, or God forbid I criticize you legitimately? You'll never do it. You'll never get there if you don't open yourself up to something else that's happening besides you. Never. So, I mean, we could talk about this for days, but those are the biggest things that I've learned over time. If you are not willing to strip yourself naked to the studs and figure out what it is that I need to build from the ground up so I will protect my woman in every way, then you'll never have a woman. Well, we all know that, and we live by those rules, whether women think we do or not. Are women responsible for that? I don't know a woman that's like that responsible for anything. So I just don't see it. If you can't do those things, then you'll never, ever, ever be able to tell your partner what you want without some sort of recompense, because you don't know how to say it to them. You don't. There are ways to tell people something and get exactly what you want to get out of them. And then there's your way. But when you don't have responsibility for anything, you just say anything out your mouth. So, okay. So that's kind of my opinion on that.
All right.
What's up, Moby?
What's going on?
Moby's in the house. So Moby, the question of the day. I hope you see it on your screen in the comment section. What do you got?
Well, I mean, I got caught the tail end of what AG was saying, and I didn't really detect too many false statements in there or things that I didn't 100% agree with. But I think the reason it's so difficult for men and women to explain what they want from their partners, or want in their partners, partially is because of what we fear. At the end of the day, I don't think, and this is from my feeble male brain, I don't think there is much fear in a woman saying what she wants ever out of their partner. And now I was talking to my wife earlier, and I was like, women have moving goalposts for everything. So what you say you want in your partner could very well change in 5 minutes, because you never give a definitive hard line for what you actually want. It's always based on something that can be subjective or something that can change in the moment. Men have a very difficult time explaining what they want in their partner out of fear, because if a guy 100% comes up here and says exactly what he wants from his partner, he fears the backlash that women will come at him with for saying that he's shallow, he's this, he's that. So because of that, we're never going to come to a place where we can actually have an honest conversation with each other. Because as AG has stated many times, it's okay for a woman to be like, I want a guy over 6'3" that makes 6 figures, that has a 10-inch penis, blah, 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 blah. And we see that as standards. But if a guy says, yeah, I want a woman, anywhere between 5'5" and 5'9", don't want her to be more than 155 pounds. I prefer dark-skinned women or light-skinned women. Now he is the shallow shame dude that, he needs to grow up and appreciate a real woman. Or I hear, as I hear a lot of women say, well, he just ain't man enough to deal with you. Like, no, maybe he's a man that don't want to deal with you. There's a difference. Like, it's the same words, you put them in different order, and it's a whole different thing. But I just think there's an expectation thing, man. Like, I don't think a woman has any problem saying what they expect from their partners. I just know that that's subject to change in 5 minutes.
Preach.
And it was weird, because I was really trying to have the moving goalpost conversation with my wife, and it was like she just refused to understand what I was saying. And I was like, if you ask a woman like, hey, like financially, how much do you want the guy you want to date? She'll say something like, well, I just want him to be comfortable, and I want him to be able to, at least take care of himself and have a lifestyle that's comfortable. Man, a lifestyle that's comfortable is absolutely nothing. That's stating nothing. Because that means if the dude fine enough and fuck you right, he can make $20,000 and work at Food Line. But if the dude ugly and but he makes 7 figures. That's comfortable. Like, and she was like, well, no, it's just, I'm like, no, what I mean by moving goalposts, I'm not saying it like it's some negative thing that y'all do on purpose. I think, it's funny. Women always say men have a fear of commitment. We do. We have a fear of commitment with people. Women have a fear of commitment with everything. Like, I don't want to commit to any one idea. That's why it's so difficult for them to pick out where they want to eat tonight. They don't want to commit. I mean, I'm just saying, if you're going to say that men have commitment issues, I mean, AG, if I ask you what you want to eat, you'll pick a place and we'll go eat.
Absolutely.
And
I'm not going to take more than 30 seconds.
And we'll be good.
Absolutely.
You're not going to go, you pick, and then I say something, you go, no, I don't really want to eat there. Well, no, I had that a couple days ago. Like, bitch, you said you didn't know what you wanted to eat. You told me to pick a place. I picked 6, and you said no to all of them.
I'll be like, man, I'm hungry. Whatever you eat, and get me some. Period.
Exactly.
I mean,
Ruben, have we ever taken more than 10 minutes to figure out what we want to eat?
10 minutes.
That's a long time.
That's a long ass time.
I'm saying like 10 minutes might just be because at some point in time in the conversation where we're going to eat, we get sidetracked on another conversation.
Well, that's very true.
And then somebody be like, all right, for real, what we going to eat?
Yeah,
and somebody say the place, all right, let's go.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, because in the grand scheme of things, the first thing you got to worry about is, okay, are we going buffet? Are we eating it? Are we bringing it back? And then once you bring it down,
hey, we bringing it back? Are we eating there? All right, that narrows place. Hey, you want fast food or you want something, more substantial?
Yeah.
We ask context clue questions to get to the place.
Yeah, I mean, we're just trying to find out. We're trying to narrow that shit down to like 2 or 3, and then it's just a flip of a coin, pretty much.
But that's because as men, we won't accept indecisiveness from our male friends.
Oh, hell no.
Male friends being indecisive is a recipe for a fight.
And to get left.
Yeah, make up your mind.
Exactly. but it will be that adamant about that. But when our significant other is indecisive, we just sit there and suffer in silence.
We do. That's very true.
I can't talk to my wife like I talk to y'all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the question of the day. That's what I mean. Because there's an expectation of communication that differs and varies when it's between different sexes who happen to be heterosexual. Because I imagine I wouldn't have any problem talking to a lesbian friend the same way I talk to a male. Chick, would you make up your motherfucking mind before you get left?
I don't know, man. I think some woman would. I think some woman would come out for real.
Here's the thing. I say that because I have friends, and I realize over time my communication with them switched from okay, this is still a woman. Okay, this is still a woman. To hey, we ain't never gonna have sex. I ain't never trying to have sex with you, so I can cut corners. I can cut communication.
Wait a minute. So your whole thing is based on whether you gonna have sex or not.
I mean,
AG,
you're
not wrong.
Hell, even my best friend at one point in time, when she was in the heterosexual lane, but because me and her had no expectation, I talked to her a lot different than I talked to women I was trying to date.
Truth.
You want some McDonald's? Nah, let's get some of this. All right, I'm down with that. All right, poof.
And if she would have been like, well, I don't know, blah blah blah. Well, you know what? You get something to eat on your own. I'll see you later.
Wow. Yeah, you weren't trying to get none.
Exactly, because once that was established, your communication changes.
Truth. It does.
Yeah,
it does.
And I mean, I guess the biggest thing is like, I think there's this misinterpretation that everybody wants the same thing from their partner, and I think it's a very fair statement. I mean, especially to y'all ladies out there. Hey, we don't want what y'all want. Like, for instance, I mean, I think it's fair to say a woman in a relationship, she wants some modicum of security. Well, if we're delivering the security, well, we know we got it or not, so it's not something we want from her. We looking for other shit. Like, hey, are you gonna be cool? Or hey,
And that's our moving goalpost.
yes,
In
yes,
all fairness, as a guy, if a guy's like, "Hey, I just want a chick that's cool," that's a moving goalpost. Because when I was younger, there were a whole bunch of women that I dealt with that were not cool, but they looked good enough for me to put up with their bullshit.
yes, yes.
But is that a moving goalpost though,
Yes, it is.
or is that
Yeah.
just youth?
No, no, no. But youth came with the moving goalpost
But
because
see, women
that
never
go-
have to grow up though.
exactly that
Yep.
that goalpost became stable once I got old enough. After a while, I was just like, look, ain't nobody fine enough to deal with some bullshit.
Exactly. Exactly. Because I mean, there have been times where there are some dudes that I know, they used to date the real fine shit. Now they married the real average shit. Not because she was average, because he was like, I mean, the expectations.
There is no substitute for peace of mind.
Not at
No.
all.
And
Not
when you're
one.
19, you don't realize that because you think there's always somebody fine enough to give you peace of mind.
Nah.
And then when you get older, you realize pussy's pussy.
Well, you know what I discovered going along with that? In your 20s, you have the energy to do so.
Oh yeah,
When you
And the
turn
want-
30,
and the
35,
patience.
40, you
And the
don't have the
patience.
energy.
it's the patience too. It's not.
Well, that's
just
what I mean
energy.
by energy. You
Yeah.
have the energy to just be like woosah and keep it moving. I can't put up with what I used to put up, not just 10 years ago, for 2 minutes. I can't.
Bro.
If some woman were to call me on the phone and talk to me like I allowed women to talk to me, like I said, 10 years ago, the conversation would last 30 seconds. I'd be like, you know what? I really have to go take out the trash. I'll talk to you.
Oh,
Never.
you give excuses? That's awesome.
You
I mean,
see,
I don't want to just hang up on somebody, but
Nah,
the
but-
conversation wouldn't last very long.
back in the
Shit.
day, I thought I was a nice guy, but really, I didn't realize that I just used a whole bunch of coping techniques to tolerate
Right.
foolishness.
Because when you're
Like,
young, you
like,
allow yourself to be
I would
disrespected.
joke. I would try to joke
Yeah.
with them, try to ease the steam off of somebody being mad over some bullshit, make a joke, pretend to care, slow down and be like, "Hey, I understand how that may have made you feel." And then I got older and just like,
AER.
"Hey, I'm sorry you feel that way. Holla at you."
I mean,
Exactly.
hey, dude, straight up, man. I just turned 50. The older you get, the worse it gets. Because
Yeah.
the patience level is
None.
on a whole bunch of 1 out of
Bro,
100 right now.
I'm scared of how I will be at 50.
Oh, you're going to be a
Just-
pain in
It's
the
going to be
ass.
awful.
Just
It's
because
gonna be
I
awful.
am.
It's going to be awful.
C-
I
c-
promise you.
I mean, Ruben, think about it. You saw the progression of me when I was dating people. My
Yeah.
patience got progressively smaller and smaller to the point where I was just like, "Hey, man, I'm just not gonna do it. Like,
Bruh, bruh.
I'm just not gonna do it."
Your patience is going to be Ed Bundy, Al Bundy, by the time when you get to 50. You could be like, fuck out of here. Like, it's gonna be bad. It's
It
going to be
is.
bad.
And that's why I'm glad I'm not single in these streets, man. Because like
It's rough.
because I'll be honest, man. If I ever go back to being single, I'm probably stuck being single forever.
Moby gonna have negative patience when he hits 50.
I
Bro,
don't think that's true. I think that you
It's negative
understand-
tolerance. I have patience for things that deserve patience. Like I'm not tone deaf with that. But what it is I'm not easily manipulated into feeling sorry for people who aren't victims.
I get that.
And when you're younger, it's real easy to get manipulated into being convinced that somebody's a victim. And when you get older, you be like, "Hey, personal responsibility, man.
Sounds like you,
Personal
Bob.
responsibility."
I mean, yeah, man, it's just, and that's the thing. Like, it's as a single 50-year-old man, it's not that I don't necessarily feel like it's hard out here to date. I think at this point in time, it just really comes down to my level of how much of the balance that I feel like I'm gonna need to deal with, because they say after a certain age you get stuck in your ways. I kind of am in certain things. I'm stuck, and it's just like, there are just certain things like, yeah, like that whole raise your voice at me thing. Yeah, that's not. I've never liked that as a child. I don't think I'm damn sure not gonna like that as an adult. And my patience for that is very low. Like I said the last episode, like kissing dogs, man, in the mouth. I got no patience. I just get the fuck up and walk out. Like, don't call me. We good. Like, I ain't got time for that. That is in the I have no patience for this bullshit list. And like, I mean, I know that's really trivial, but
Nah, man, look,
yeah.
it's okay to have. Look, man, you're allowed to have standards too.
Yeah, I don't want to be kissing you, your dog, and your parent. Come on, bro.
Hey, it's funny we talked about this. So earlier, my wife was listening to something, and I guess it's like a dating show where they try to match
Oh,
people up
jeez.
dating wise. And it was a 60-something-year-old woman. You know, her husband had passed away like 8 or 9 years ago. She was trying to get back into dating, and they asked her a question like, "Hey, what are some things you need to work on yourself for for dating? What are some things you think?" Which I think is a really interesting question to ask somebody,
Especially somebody that old.
because it's interesting to see people's self-awareness. And she gave an answer that led to me and my wife almost having an argument, because I felt I was upset at her for saying this answer. And I feel like my wife thought I was mad at her, and I wasn't. She made the statement. She said, I think one of the things I need to work on is, she made the example that, she's been flipping houses and done contractor work, and she does a lot of, do it yourself things. So she was like, I've got to learn to not be right all the time. I got to learn to not know as much stuff. So, and I was like, wait a minute. So because she was like, I got to let a guy think I don't know how to do some stuff so he can feel like a man. And I was just like,
Who
that's
wants that?
dumb. I'm like, that's dumb as hell. And I was like, that's terrible that she feels that way. And she was like, well, a lot of guys, guys don't want a woman, to be doing. And I was just like, first of all, not all guys are like that. Second of all, I thought women were all on this thing. You shouldn't have to dim your light to be with somebody else. And I damn sure don't want some woman I'm with to have to act stupid for me to feel better about myself. Now, I do realize there are a certain sect of men out there who probably do like that type of stuff. But my thing was just like, why at 60 something do you want to be stupid just to not be alone?
Yeah.
How about you just say, and I was like, well, that's the majority of men in her age range. And I'm just like, well, then maybe she wants the minority, and that's okay. Like, maybe she don't want the majority. Like, why should you, like, I don't ever want to have to act stupid to be with somebody, and I don't feel like she should either. And then I was like, I felt bad that she felt that was an okay way of thinking. It almost made me question myself, like, damn, do you try to act stupid in front of me? Because I don't want you to dumb yourself down for me. Like, I am okay with not being the smartest person in the room. In fact, there are many things that she is far more intelligent about than me, and I am okay with that. Like, matter of fact, I prefer that. That's why I wanted to be with her. Yo, and David, I 100% agree. But my thing is, why the fuck do you want to be with a fragile ego male?
Yeah. That's what I don't understand, man.
If I'm the minority, then she should want to be with the minority male, not the majority. Like, at 68 is not the time to start being stupid for people.
No.
Actually, I don't think that she actually told the truth. I think that she picked something that people wanted. She picked something
she thought men wanted to hear. That's right. Exactly what I was thinking.
She's got some deep problems that she's not willing to admit that she has, and it's why she's 60 years old with nobody right now. So she chose
her husband passed away, so that's
I don't care.
Damn, that's cold, AG.
No, because a lot of times when I'm telling you, man,
you know what? You're right, AG. She was so smart, it killed him.
That's right.
And she said, you know what? I'll never make that mistake again. I'm gonna be dumb, and he gonna be with me forever.
Exactly. I'm being serious, because what I'm saying is what she said was backhanded disrespect.
Yeah, and
that's what that was. And women have a problem. Okay.
That's how I felt. I felt like it was a disrespectful thing, because I felt like it was saying, that all men's egos are so fragile that we couldn't possibly stand the idea that a woman might be more knowledgeable about something than we are. And I acknowledge that there are lots of guys like that, but
And I
that
mean,
ain't everybody.
nah.
I
And
understand.
W Brown 81, like she was like, well, she knows most of her men in her age group are like that. Hey, guess
She
what?
don't know most men in her age group.
No,
That's
she don't.
statistically impossible.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I mean, let's be real. If we gonna call spade a spade and a skunk, that's like that in all age brackets. That's not just 60 plus. You know, you got a whole bunch of dudes out here who are like, I need to be the breadwinner, and I got it, man.
Well, here's the
Fuck
thing.
all that.
I like what David said. It's not disrespectful. I think I'm missing her perspective. I'm not missing her perspective. I 100% get her perspective. I'm saddened by the fact that that
Mhm.
is her perspective. So that's the thing. Like, and that's
Exactly.
why that's why I was saying I wasn't upset with her for having that answer. I'm not even upset with her if that's her perspective and that's how she feels. As a man, that saddens me
Yes.
that any woman should have to feel that way. That's the point. Like at
Yeah.
no point in time was I mad at her for that being her answer. I'm mad that that is her answer.
I agree. Same here, because it's like, bro, like really, you got to dumb yourself down for it, dude. Like,
But I
you look-
understand. But I
but you're looking in
understand
the wrong spaces.
because there's a lot of guys that want to be Captain Saver. There
Oh,
are a lot of guys that just want to be the decision maker, the head of house, or all those stereotypical misogynistic viewpoints that
Well-
I guess work for some people. I'm not trying to diss anything that works for any other relationship, but what I'm saying is like everything doesn't have to be rooted in that. And I feel like even no matter what her age range is, if she's 68 and she feels like most older men are like that, that makes me sad. I'm not trying to tell her that she's wrong. I'm saying that makes me sad. That's it.
yeah. I mean, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's sad. It's sad to me. I wish I could find a woman who was super paid and all that, and I just gotta, I can do my own shit, baby.
I
Word.
disagree with what David just said too. When he said it's definitely should sadden us, but she's not dumbing herself down. That's absolutely what she's doing.
Mhm.
If she feels like she has to act like she doesn't know something,
Yeah.
that is literally the definition of dumbing yourself down. Because as a guy, I'm I guess probably expected to know more about cars than maybe my wife, stereotypically. But if my wife knew how to change a transmission, that wouldn't make me feel bad about myself
Hell
at
no.
all. That would be like, hey, could you show me too?
Yeah. I mean, that's the way I feel. Like, because in the grand
But
scheme of things,
I get not everybody is like that. I do know there are a
Yeah.
lot of guys that will 100% bother. I'm just not one of them. And I
Yeah.
get I might be the minority. But
Hey, man.
it still makes me sad that there are women that feel like, as Kay Bianco said, that she can't be her authentic self.
yeah. I mean,
Like
There's
good, bad, or indifferent.
there's a unicorn in all of it.
The one thing I always want my wife to be is herself. Even the shit that drives me crazy, annoys the fuck out of me, all those things, I want her to be it because that's who she is. It's my job. If you're gonna love somebody, you gotta love the shit that annoys you too.
And you got that.
Cap. What do you mean cap?
Yeah, I don't know.
What are you lying about?
If you could change that transmission, go ahead. That won't bother me in the slightest.
Hell no.
Maybe $4,000.
Who you telling?
I'm trying to figure out what, look, I know myself in many aspects. I got a lot of fucking flaws. That ego thing about stuff like that is not one of my flaws.
Nope.
Not at all. I don't have this whole male role, woman role thing. Not at all.
Bro, had discussion with one of the formers before, and she was making that money, and we had discussion about kids and stuff, and I was like, look, if you're making six figures, why put the child in daycare? I'll just stay at home. I mean, why not? And then I messed up because I was like, so can I take the child on play dates? She was like, nah, I don't trust those other women. I was like, what's that got to do with anything? But I'm just like, look, man, because childcare is expensive out in these streets. Do what I can. Do what I can. But, let's see what Dave says. To be aware enough to be sad is a great thing. But to me, she was saying that she doesn't always need to participate in the fight to be right. I used to be that dude. I always needed to have the last word. We all know people like that. We do. We do. So, awesome. Anybody got anything else?
I still say she's a narcissist.
I mean,
and I still say when people say stuff like that, sometimes that's something they throw out at, but there are some bigger problems that she's always had. So I don't know this woman at all, but what she said was a trigger for me. And I've heard it before, and it's like, just be aware. That's all I'm saying. Just be aware.
Yep.
You have to go into an open mind and let her show who she is. For me, I would be on alert that she's a narcissist. I would be on alert. Now, if that turns out to be, not the case, then okay, great. But something tells me she spent a lot of time doing some things that, pale in comparison. So she's just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was just a trigger for me.
Hey, Black Boy Tissue, I was missed the whole freaking show. That's okay, Black Tissue. You came back at the right times because, we're going to end that with basically ain't look ass. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, look. In the grand scheme of things, communication gets the job done. We got to communicate with each other somehow, some way, whether you have your own way of communication with your significant other or whatnot. But in order for y'all to know what both of y'all need, you got to talk about it. If you don't talk about it, do telepathy. If you got that, cool. Don't tell nobody because you might get like stoned or something. So, yeah. All right. Now, time to go to clips of the week. Ooh, got some good ones for you today. They're really short today. They're very short today. But I got one thing. Kids. And that's the only thing I need. Kids. So, let's go to the first one. All right.
On today's episode of Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that wasn't a kid one. That was just horrible. Sorry. Yeah.
You can't unsee that, sir.
You cannot unsee that.
Oh, man. Wow.
Moby, any
I
comments?
wasn't looking.
Oh,
You
you wasn't
don't
looking.
need to see it. You don't need to see it.
Yeah, we got to see that.
Let it
Everybody's
go.
got to see it.
Don't show that
Sorry.
again.
Wrong answer. You're right.
On today's episode of Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
I lied. I saw it the first time. I just want AG to have to watch it.
Y'all are so mean. Y'all are so mean. Oh,
So I guess he would be called the Impaler.
you know what?
Yeah, that was pretty painful
Ah,
for all of us.
you ain't gonna have kids no more.
I mean, among other things.
Natural selection, man.
There you go. Thank you. I was about to say that. Because I don't know he was jumping off, and I was like, that whole thing just looked jacked up. Now to the kids.
On today's episode of Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Look, man, I saw that 3 or 4 times last week. How does CPS not show up to that woman's house, man? That baby
Yo.
must have hit his head or her head like at least 3 times, man.
I mean, so from the podcast, people sliding down, and the woman was holding a little 6-month-old baby in the other slide, and of course, it didn't end well for the baby, at least for the head
I
wife.
feel like after that video clip, they should have made sure to include that the kid is still okay and alive. Because, like, I don't even feel like you can honestly laugh when you see that clip, not knowing if that baby has some type of brain damage. Like, so I can't even allow myself to laugh when I see it because I'm just like, is that little white baby all right?
He said those skin cracks were loud.
I mean, it's what it is, bro. Like,
Oh man.
I mean,
'Cause
yeah.
the first time I saw it, I thought it was a doll.
Oh no,
I really
I
did.
thought it was a doll
wanted,
too, and then I was
wanted
like,
it to be a doll, and it
was like,
wasn't. I was
"That's a
like,
damn baby."
only thing I'm saying is I'm glad that wasn't a black woman. They'd arrested her on the spot.
If
I
that a black
promise you.
woman, it wouldn't be on the show.
It would be so bad. I'm like, ooh.
All right, and the last one, which is actually the best one. I'm a fan of this one. This shit was funny.
Get him, Maverick! Get him! Get him, Maverick! 2 points for Quinn. Take Quinn.
That little girl was savage. That boy could have been what? 2, 1, something?
Was it a boy? I don't know which
Well,
kind.
I don't know. Only thing I'm saying was that was savage.
I mean, the girl had the pendulum sticks, had the pendulum joint like they did in American Gladiators, knocked her friend or sister off that joint. First of all, how did that baby even just climb up there and parents think that shit was cool?
Okay, let's go back to the slide. How did,
Yeah, I was just about to say, like,
I mean, are you serious right now, bro? Really?
Yeah.
After what we just saw? Come on, man. She
I mean-
definitely the middle child.
But the baby walked on the beam was like, hey, go out there and walk on there to see what your sister does. And sister's like, bitch.
Man.
I mean, because that baby can't do nothing. Like, they fall in the pit of the soft blocks, but that baby can't do nothing.
And that stuff is so nasty.
Oh, man, definitely. Balls and all that.
All the germs in the world in it. Ugh.
And you know, some kids taking the shit in it.
See, I was trying not to
LP.
say that.
I mean,
I
it's
was trying
what
not to
it
say
is.
that.
Moco Cowboy. The kid went hill. Good for her. Yeah, she probably got an ass when she got home. Because
Did
there's
she?
sometimes. I mean, let's hope so. That baby can't wait to hit the can't open the door on his own. He leaving just like his dad did. Wow. It's kind of savage.
The whole
of
thing was
course-
savage, sir.
The middle child. Yeah. So yeah. Those are the clips of the week. I mean, Mo B, any comments?
not really. I mean, I didn't find as much enjoyment out of the clips as y'all did, and that's okay. So
I didn't have any enjoyment on that first
I-
one.
I-
The second one, I was just-
I guess the clips just weren't for me, and that's okay. we got you to laugh uncontrollably, and that's what's really important.
he said that's what's really important.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I appreciate you looking out for me. Hell, I picked the damn clips. Of course, I'm gonna pick clips I'm gonna laugh at. I mean, there are a couple other clips I was looking at as well. But yeah, one was too long, unfortunately. And then there are a couple others. Yeah.
Man, ain't nothing funnier than them Cadillac shoes.
I mean, that's the winner right now.
You,
The
you
Cadillac
haven't topped that yet. Oh man, that was hilarious.
You found those shoes yet, Moby?
Why would I find them?
I mean, I don't know. I figure you might be looking to see if they real out there.
Okay,
Bro, he had them on his feet. They was
they were
real.
real.
Yeah.
What? But then last week, the dude with the I'm sorry. Well, were the boots with no that you could see his toes in? Yeah, that was pretty bad. The Wonder Woman shoes.
Oh, my God.
Man, AG, what's on your mind, bro?
What's on my mind? Well, this ain't new because she's on my mind all the time. However,
Oh, Jesus.
my wife is on my mind. She had a great scan, cancer free. Everything is dandy. So that's been on my mind the whole time. It's been that made my 2 weeks very, 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 very
Awesome.
Good. Yes,
Congrats.
sir. Yes, man.
We're glad to hear that. Glad to hear that.
Yes.
Moby, what's on your mind?
Hey man, like life is good, man. I wasn't here. We didn't have the show last week, but man, like, just had the, really perfect storm of good shit happening. Coaching's going well. Daughters got to see their first NFL game with me. Falcon Stadium is awesome. Their coaches are terrible.
They won today though.
Okay. I mean, they got NFL players. I mean, they get paid. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, was it the greatest coaching job we saw? But what's really on my mind is I'm super fortunate, blessed, and I'll pat myself on the back for being a pretty good decision maker. When we hear about all these stories of just people in awful relationships and being with awful people, I don't have that. I've got somebody that I'm looking forward to growing old with, even when she annoys me and bugs the shit out of me. Like, at the end of the day, she's my best friend. We're raising two pretty amazing kids, even though I know I'm biased and I do also call them terrorists. They're still, they're terrorists now, but one day hopefully they'll be good American citizen adults that, hopefully have some little terrorists in their house one day. But man, at the end of the day, man, life is good, man. So yeah, that's all that's on my mind. I know y'all want to hear Tales from the Gridiron, but I mean, look, man, every week's not going to be a great week to talk about Tales from the Gridiron. But I got a good one for y'all this week.
I knew he wasn't gonna let you down, Ruben. I knew he was gonna let you down.
Hey man, look, I was not worried. I was sitting here, I was being quiet. I'm gonna let him go all the other stuff to make other people happy. Say, but I knew I was gonna get one. I wasn't worried.
Hey man, I'm just gonna say sometimes you gotta take your L with some dignity. And so that's what this is about. You gotta take some L's with dignity. So it's our homecoming this past Saturday. It's still weird to me that rec football has homecoming, but hey, whatever. It's just a big ass black cookout afterwards on the football field, so it is kind of dope. But yeah. So we're playing a team. They got one loss. They trying to get ready for the playoffs. Everybody want to be the first team to beat us. Wasn't gonna be them though. So, it'd have been nice to finish the game, but, we were up 14-0 at halftime. They had exactly -5 yards for the game, total offense. And we got the ball back in to start the second half. We drove 70 yards down the field running the ball. Our offensive coordinator decided to get cute and have our little miniature quarterback try to throw the ball, and it got intercepted. And as they were trying to run it back for a touchdown, one of their kids clearly blocked somebody in the back. Referee threw the flag, and the other team's coach lost his goddamn mind. Just was on the field losing his fucking mind about a play that clearly was a block in the back, but he got kicked out of the game. They were like, hey, ref. The refs were like, hey, you got to get out of here. And instead of him allowing his team to take their ass whooping like men, he decided to be, super feminine and just keep arguing with the ref. Even though he had been taken out the game, he was like, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. So the ref was just like, game over. So his team, down 2 touchdowns, only down 2 touchdowns with the ball, canceled the game because he had hurt feelings. And really, I think he knew that touchdown was going to be their only touchdown they possibly could score that game, because their offense weren't moving the ball at all. In fact, I don't think anybody on his team actually wanted the ball in their hands, because we were cracking that ass. But I mean, look, man, sometimes you just gotta take your L. Like if I was a parent of his organization, he couldn't be our coach no more. Because I was like, bro, you got kicked out of the game. That didn't mean the rest of the team shouldn't have got to be able to get their ass whooped for another 2 quarters. They paid their rec money to play. Let them get their ass whooped for 2 more quarters.
So it's a short time in the office today.
I mean, them kids probably felt like they had a chance. Let them be proven wrong.
That's cold, bro.
That's not cold. That's a reality. I was there the first half. I realized after the first time they had the ball, I started emptying the bench on defense. We played the whole team on defense in the first half. I was just like, hey man, they ain't doing nothing. Let's just get everybody in the game, get their playing time.
That's cold blooded.
I was trying to figure out how they won 5 games this season. I was like, how are y'all 5-1?
Ouch.
And the coach realized
There's a real big discrepancy in the divisions, man. We're in the South Division. Apparently, where all the decent teams are. The North Division got 2 teams and a whole bunch of participation award. They got a whole bunch of little Johnnies out there just giving it their all.
They're giving it their all.
Giving it their all. They're
Wow.
hustling. They're hustling.
So that's why there are a whole bunch of inflated records.
Yeah.
I mean, but the
I mean,
playoffs
look,
show who's really it.
Total and rec in our division, there's probably about 4. There's about 4 good teams, 2 I teams, and a lot of trash. There's no really great team because I wouldn't say we're a great team. We don't score a lot. We just don't let anybody else score.
I mean, sometimes all you gotta do is score once to win.
Yeah, it's not a very sustainable way for success, but I mean, look, it's worked so far. You know, we'll see what happens.
Hey, you know.
But yeah, man, sometimes, man, just take your L with dignity, man. Like, don't be the adult stopping 30 other kids from getting their ass whooped just because you mad that you don't get to see it.
Whew.
It ain't like he had no other coaches on the staff. I could see if he was the only coach. It's like if I'm one of the assistant coaches, I'm like, damn, dog, like you could have just went in the parking lot. We had it.
Just went to the parking lot.
Like, bro, because honestly, as an assistant coach, we can't do no worse than you're doing.
I guess the fear is they could do better. And then that's a whole situation for another.
And here's the thing, man. Sometimes you just ain't got the dogs, man. As I've been trying, this statement has been coming in my head a lot this week, man. But I'm like, you can train a dog. You can't make a dog. We got a whole bunch of trained dogs. Like that's what we got on defense. We got a whole bunch of trained dogs on defense. You can train a dog. You can't make a dog. Everybody else out here trying to make their kids into dogs. Like, nah, some people you either got it or you don't.
All right. Words to live by. Thank you, Mo B. Another Tales of the Gridiron. Hey, man. Possibly one of the best segments of the show.
Yeah. All good jokes contain truth.
Not wrong. Say it all the time. Not wrong.
So Mo B, you missed the earlier conversation that AG and I had about pumpkin spice lattes.
Good.
Good that you missed it.
Yeah.
Well, do you like pumpkin at all?
Not really.
But you like sweet potato.
Yeah.
Okay. See, he's fair. All right. W Brown just put a dog up here. I don't know what that means, so we'll just keep pushing. Hey, what's on my mind is very simple. I talked about it earlier in the show. Washington's inconsistent, and I think I'm gonna leave it. We're inconsistent. Period. That's it. So, thank you for joining this episode of 5 Minute Warning. She's like,
so you're gonna lead in with that and then just end the show. Okay.
I mean, I spoke a lot about it at the beginning of the show. Regurgitating that is just not worth it.
Understood.
It's not worth it. So I went with the inconsistent line, and I think that's what I'm gonna go with. But no, thank you for being with us on this episode. Whether you listen to it live, saw us live, or you listen to the podcast, or you watch us later on YouTube. Once again, make sure that you do subscribe to us on YouTube and on the podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, because there are certain episodes that will be either YouTube centric, which means it will not be duplicated in the podcast mode, or it'll just be on the podcast mode. So it won't be on YouTube. So we will be having things such as that happen. Next week, number 200, 4th anniversary. Woo! All right. Celebrate next week. So please.
Celebrate next week. I can't unhear that.
I mean, I'm not celebrating now. I mean,
I know, but it's just like I got the cool in the game thing. He said next week.
Yeah. You'll get the rest of the song next week. But yeah, definitely join us next week. Same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch, YouTube, and if you're cool enough to be my friend, on my Facebook page. But I'd say go to YouTube or Twitch. It's probably just easier. Hey, tell a friend, tell an enemy. Just tell somebody about us. Once again, we're here every Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like thank Moby, like thank AG. Hey guys, next week we 4 years old. I mean, hopefully we won't end up like that baby going down the slide, but we're gonna make it work. So once again, thank you everybody who listens to us. Please continue to listen to us. And you know what? We'll be back next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, in the places where you find us today. Peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Nugman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Nugman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of